Hey kids, it's me, and this is the first in a series of videos where I art journal the items on my non-resolutions resolutions list. Today's spread is the craft spread. So the pictures are wallet-sized printouts of images I got off of Google search with crocheting or knitting or quilting or crafting in general. Most of the products that I'm using came from craft stores from a long time ago, and the stuff has just been sitting in my basement for years and years. With the exception of a few tools that I will use repeatedly. The first one is the paper cutter, and the second one is the corner rounder. My mom was involved in Creative Memories, and those were two of the products that she has gifted to me over the years, and so I use those a lot in this video. Yay! Gluing stuff. I tried to keep a decent amount of the glue footage. I know it can be boring, but I also tried to cut it out without seeming too choppy, I guess. I don't know. It's gluing paper down onto paper, so exciting, and it's, 8 times the speed, so you don't have to literally sit there and watch paint dry. But organizing the paper was kind of fun, I guess. I started out cutting them one way and wanting them to go on their one direction, and I ended up putting them the different direction and figuring out which order I wanted the colors was interesting. Do I follow the rainbow type ragey biv kind of a thing, or do I do a different way? Yeah, so, and this is trimming because they're hanging over the edges. The first crafting I ever did was about 10 years old. I was with my sister staying at our grandparents' house for the summer, and I found a basket with my grandmother's crochet hooks and some yarn, and I asked her if she could show me how to crochet. So she did. She showed me, and she got a book or two out with some instructions in it and some sample stitches, and I think my sister and I made a couple of pot holders with some extra yarn she had lying around. But then I didn't actually do any crocheting for a very long time after that. The next time I picked up a crochet hook, my older sister was expecting her first daughter, and I decided to go out and buy a book with some baby blanket patterns and some yarn and a hook, and at my job as a telephone representative with lots of lulls in between calls, I made my first blanket. And then she had another one, and I made her another blanket, and I've made quite a few blankets for family and friends. And it's something I find very calming and peaceful. And sometimes, like us crafty people are known to do, I wasn't satisfied with knowing just one way of creating, so when a friend of mine was expecting her first child, I went and got some knitting needles and some yarn, looked up some tutorials and techniques on the internet, and made a blanket for her. And then pot holders and other blankets and other items followed soon after that. When I was pregnant with my son, I was put on bed rest for the last couple of months of that, and to help pass the time, I started making amigurumi dolls for my nieces and all of the grandnieces and nephews that we've got on my husband's side. So once all those were done, I had 2 dolls for my nieces who are a little bit older, and what's a doll without a blanket for, tea time or something? So I went and got some fabric and some notions, and pulling out the knowledge from middle school home ec class, I pieced together a couple of blankets for the dolls I made for my nieces. And after that, I made a blanket for my son. And after that, I made blankets and blankets and blankets. So here we are in the latest evolution of my creativity / crafting side of my brain. And I'm putting some stuff on a page and seeing what happens, and now I'm recording it and sharing it with all of you guys. Crafting is, like I said, with crocheting, it's something that I enjoy. It's something I find very peaceful and calming and relaxing, and I get to use the other side of my brain, where during the day I get to use my logical side of my brain. So yeah, crafting is one of the things on my non-resolutions list that if I can't get to it once a day, then at least for now I can get to it once a week with these art journal creations. It's turned into a fun family time. Even little man gets in on the fun. If you look in the top right corner, you see his painting creation, and he also got to stick some pieces of paper on it and some pictures on it. So if you stuck around this far, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Okay, thanks, love you, bye.